Hi people, thank you for joining me again on another video. This time we're going to look at a fragrance that's been around for a long time, has recently been re-released in a slightly newer version, and that is Eau Sauvage Parfum by the House of Dior. This fragrance came out back in 2012. There is a new, fresher version that was released back in 2017. Just to point out as well that this is not connected to Sauvage, the Dior fragrance, or its flankers that are endorsed by Johnny Depp, the real sort of common one that whole world and his wife seems to be wearing at the moment. This fragrance is quite polarising, I will be honest. It's one that the hardcore frag heads do absolutely love. Mr. Smelly, one of the best reviewers on YouTube, he called this a 10 out of 10 fragrance. So like I say, if you're into fragrances, you probably will like this. But by that same token, a lot of the ordinary people who are not into fragrances, the people you meet in the street, probably won't like it very much at all. It's a weird one. My ex hated this, absolutely hated this fragrance when I used to wear it. My current girlfriend does quite like it, but she's got better taste. My ex was a favourite fragrance for men was Paco Rabanne 1 million, so what does she know? Anyway, in terms of this fragrance, it's a very mature fragrance. It's a very classy fragrance. It is, in my opinion, very masculine. It was composed by Francois Demachy. Hope I'm pronouncing that correct. He's the nose behind fragrances like Dior Homme, Dior Homme Intense. And whilst I said there was no connection with Sauvage, he's actually nose behind the new 2015 Sauvage by, well, the Johnny Depp one and its flankers. The Eau de Parfum and the new Parfum version, which has come out quite recently. So he's known them. So there is a connection, but this is a completely different scent. Doesn't smell like the Ambroxan bomb that is Sauvage in any way, shape or form. This is actually a flanker of the original Eau Sauvage, which was released in the 1960s. A fragrance which is very fresh, very clean, and was apparently worn by Steve McQueen. I've just realised that rhymes. One of the key things about the original Eau Sauvage was it contained a note called hedonin. Now, there was quite a lot of news stories a few years back about this note, in the respect that it's supposed to do magical things to the brains of women and make the wearer of this fragrance, of these fragrances, more attractive. The original Eau Sauvage doesn't actually contain hedonin anymore. This one does. It's in the mid. So I'll just give you a quick breakdown. Note breakdown. At the top, we have bergamot, citron, and a thing called petitgrain. In the mid is vetiver, lavender, and that hedonin we've just mentioned, or hedione, might be pronouncing it incorrectly. At the base, should I say, pronouncing a lot of things incorrectly today. At the base, we've got myrrh, patchouli, and oak moss. And it's really the myrrh for me that stands out with this fragrance, and that makes it quite a masculine, quite in-your-face fragrance. This is, no question about it, this is a beastly fragrance. I mean, this projects like an MF. This really does stand out. It's a little bit different to a lot of fragrances out there in the market. You won't smell it on a lot of people, I don't think. So if you want something that's different, then certainly this is one to go for. If you want something that projects well and has fantastic longevity, again, this one to go for. This is really, longevity-wise, this is like one of those fragrances from the 80s and the 90s in the respect that you put it on, and you can go to bed. So you have a night out, go to bed, wake up the next morning, wash it off, fine, do something else, smell your duvet cover and your pillow the day after, or even a couple of days after, and you will still better smell this on it. What else can we say? I mean, like I said, it's a very classy fragrance. It's a very mature fragrance. You probably wouldn't want to wear this if you were under 30, I don't think. Possibly even 35 or 40. Even by the bottle design, you can tell it is a very classy fragrance. There is no real discernible similarity, I don't think, to the 1960s version. I mean, in Mr. Smelly's review he loved a couple of years, he would have said there are some similarities if you really look. I can't see them myself. They may be there, but I think this is very much fragrance in its own merit, and it could have been released as something completely different. Given the new name, it could have been a completely new release for Dior when this was put out back in 2012. Instead, they've decided to take it down the Eau Sauvage route. for whatever reason, I don't know. What else is there to say? Well, we've gone through the notes. I mean, one of the things that this fragrance does have, it does have a bit of a grassy, sort of dirty green element to it. It's not really a green fragrance, but it has this sort of dirty, sort of outdoory smell to it. Now, that makes it sound pretty off-putting, but it's actually, as I said before, a very nice fragrance. Price-wise, you're talking usual designer fare, probably £70, £80 for this. Not overly expensive, but not cheap by anyone's stretch of the imagination either. Anyway, this is the one I would recommend if you were looking at the two versions, the older version 2012 and the 2017 fresher version. I would still go for this original if you can get it, because in my opinion it is better, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Please do look out for my other videos, and if you've not subscribed already, do so, as it really does help me out. Thank you.